Harihi, Harihi, Harihi Om Tat Sat. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru. Shuddho Buddho Vimuktaha Shruti Shikhara Giram Mukhyatat Parya Bhumihi Yasmad Jadam Samastam Jagadidam Amrtat Vyapya Sarvam Sthido Yaha Yasyam Sham Shavataraihi Suranaravanajaihi Rakshitam Sarvametat Tam Bhumanam Mugundam Hridigatamamalam Krishnameva Prapadye Tam Bhumanam Mugundam Hridigatamamalam Krishnameva Prapadye Madhya Hridaya Kashe Sadanandamayo Guru Udetu Satatam Samyak Svātmananda Prabodhagaha. Harihi, Harihi, Harihi Om Tat Sat. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru. As usual, we shall have joint recitation of the auspicious monosyllable Omkara 3 times. While reciting this monosyllable, I would like every one of you to have a specific thought in your mind. It is a kind of a contribution that you do for world welfare. Think deliberately that our joint recitation should spread upon the whole of the earth, showering its benedictions on all creatures thriving on our planet. Interlock your fingers and put them on your lap. Sit comfortably erect. Open the mouth and heart alike and join me. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru. Now we shall recite the verse from the 2nd chapter, Arjuna's submission before Krishna. Karpanya dosho bhagata svabhavaha.
Karpanya dosho bhagata svabhavaha.
Prichhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta
dharma
sammudha cheta yachreyasya nishchitam bruhi tanme Shishyasteham Shadhimam Tvam Prapannam Shishyasteham
Shishyasteham
Shadhimam
Shadhimam
Tvam Prapannam.
Tvam Prapannam.
We are still discussing the 32nd verse of the 6th chapter. As you were told in the introductory remarks, I feel this verse is the most pronounced in Bhagavad Gita. The message it contains, the inspiration it offers, the goal it indicates, all these are absolutely unique. I will recite it so that you can repeat it and learn it. Atmaupamyena sarvatra
Atmaupamyena sarvatra
samam pashyati Arjuna
Samam pashyati Arjuna
sukham va yadi va dukkham
Sukham va yadi va dukkham
sayogi paramo mataha
Sayogi paramo mataha
Atmaupamyena sarvatra
Atmaupamyena sarvatra
samam pashyati Arjuna
Samam pashyati Arjuna
sukham va yadi va dukkham
Sukham va yadi va dukkham
sayogi paramo mataha.
Sayogi paramo mataha.
Krishna had discussed this Sukha dukkha, Sukha dukkha, Sukha dukkha. This concept, first time in the 2nd chapter, while describing the interactional life of the human. Whenever the senses come into contact with the objects, automatically there is a twin response, alternate responses from the mind. These responses are called Sukha and dukkha. Sukha means happiness, dukkha means its opposite. These go on alternating, one after the other, one after the other. It means quite a lot. I had explained it very well. If one is succeeding the other, you cannot have the second without having the first. Suppose you want to have happiness, you can have it only after having had unhappiness. Because happiness follows, succeeds unhappiness. If you examine it a little more, you will find for one happiness, there will be one preceding unhappiness and succeeding unhappiness. So for every happiness you will have two unhappinesses. On the other hand, one unhappiness will be succeeded and preceded by happiness. Did I say wrongly? See, for every happiness, you will have one preceding unhappiness and succeeding unhappiness. So where do you stand now? If you want to have one happiness, you must have two unhappinesses. On the other hand, if you look for unhappiness, it will be preceded and succeeded by happiness. Tell me, which is better now? Do you have any answer to make, differing from what I have said? I don't think anybody will have. So what attitude we must have? We must neither prefer Sukha nor have a prejudice for dukkha. If no preference and no prejudice is called for, is also desirable, permissible, useful and beneficial, then what is the attitude? The attitude is one of either indifference or equalness and evenness. If your mind starts looking at Sukha and dukkha with an equal attitude, where do you stand? You have won over the world. Because the entire world consists of pairs of opposites. All the objects are constituting pairs of opposites. And when these objects contact the senses, the sense-object contact takes place. Automatically it results in either sukha or dukkha. And we only have sense-object contacts throughout the waking hours. So the entire world means sukha dukkhas. And if you are able to meet them with an even attitude, don't you win over the world? You are no more a slave to the world. On the other hand, you are either a master or a mistress of the world. Just see. Can anybody set aside this proposition? So he made a reference there. Now he makes the same reference to Sukha Dukkhas, now in a different manner. Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna. The world consists of infinite variety, and infinite distances also are there. The entire infinite variety of the world, tell me, where is it reflected and experienced? Is it in the body and the senses? Is not the body, together with the senses, an outcome and product of the food you take? And the food consists of matter, matter and matter. So our body is a material mass. Including the senses, the body is a material mass. It has no power to generate any experience or knowledge. So where are you experiencing the world? Not in the body at all. Inside the body, beyond the level of matter and man, beyond the plane of matter and energy, in the mind, the entire world is reflected, projected and experienced. Mind you, your mind is projecting or reflecting the world, not the body, not the eyes, not the senses. That mind, compared to the body which is small and limited, what do you think of the mind? It reflects a world of infinite variety. So don't you think the mind should be even more infinite? We are speaking about that mind. Every one of you is carrying a mind of infinite dimension. The very understanding of this should completely transform your life, elevate your life. Unless you are able to understand this fundamental fact of your mind, you don't deserve a human status at all. As human beings, we have intelligence, we have mind. Our intelligence is the highest faculty in our personality. Every evaluation is done by it. Every kind of an assessment is made by it. Every determination or decision or resolution is made by it. I always make a comparison of the 4 levels of activity we have. One is the bodily level, sensory level. Another is the oral level, articulation. The third is mental. And the fourth is intellectual. The first 2 are visible. The next 2 are invisible. The mind and the intelligence. If you can make a comparison, this is the comparison. Physical activity has, say, 1 value. Then oral activity has 10 times. Mental activity has 100 times. And intellectual activity has 1000 times. That is why the world is ruled by intellectuals. Intelligence alone can make wealth also. People who have no intelligence, who have no power of thinking, understanding, evolving, etc., they won't be able to do anything. Dhritarashtra, when he had to divide Hastinapura, the great country, between Duryodhanas and Yudhishthira's, Pandavas, he gave a desert land called Indraprastha to Pandavas and sent them there. Yudhishthira did not speak a word of resentment or protest. They went there, strove very hard. And they made Indraprastha such a huge city. It was a marvel. On seeing it, Duryodhana could not sleep at all. And his sole intention was to somehow rob it from Yudhishthira. Just see, they were given a desert land. And Pandavas, with their intelligence and striving, they made it into a huge, beautiful, incomparable township city. This is what intelligence can do. Even now in the world, which country is great and glorious? People who have scientists, who have very good intellectual people. The intelligence has got a quality, a refinement, a perceptiveness, a refinement, going into subtler and subtler levels of existence, probing, discovering, unearthing, inventing. All these are the gains, the bounties of our intelligence. So you should understand very clearly that without intelligence nothing can be done. Our body is very limited, as I said, but the mind which activates and animates and activates the body, it is not a physical part of the body. It is associated with the body. Body and senses together are inert. It is the mind that animates the whole body, also activates. That mind is the source of all experiences and knowledge. And it is that mind which, what is the word shall I say? Which perceives, comprehends, reflects, or projects. What is the word shall I say? You select the word. Which displays the world. If the mind is displaying an infinitely dimensioned world, tell me, what is the dimension of the mind? It is even more infinite. Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna. Why I said this? Do you ever see the world? Do you ever see your body? You never see the body. Our mind takes an imprint of the body. And the mental imprint alone you not see, you experience, you comprehend, you realize. The same way about the world. So is there anything called an object perception? Are you with me, my dear viewers? Is there any object perception? Or all perceptions are mental imprints. Imprints caused by the mind in itself. And comprehending, experiencing those imprints. So where is externality now? The mind takes imprints. The imprints are taken by the mind, by mental processes, and the imprints are on the mind, And the mind alone experiences or comprehends them. So you now tell me, is there anything like any object or the world, including your own body, except as a mental imprint experienced by you? A few people are seated before me. I am in a hall, Vijnana Bhavan. I see the roof, I see the doors. Doors and windows are closed and the AC is on. All are staying wherever they are, but I am experiencing them. My experience is internal. Internally, I see all of them. And the colors, shapes, distances, variety, etc., all are imprints in my mind. So all my perceptions are self-subsisting. Are you with me? Everything is subsisting on my mind, myself. So it is the I and the self in me that displays the world for my experience. Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna. So see everything as a reflection, as an imprint, as a display, as a manifestation of the mind in itself. Whether the mind reflects a jackfruit or an arecanut or a tree, a rock, a mountain or the sea or even space. Mind you, it is all self-reflection. What is inside me alone is in the object reflected. Inside a mirror, whatever reflection is there anything in it other than the mirror? It is all a mirrorized version. It is laden with the mirror. Here also, Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna. And all these objects, our mind interacting with them, senses interacting with them, they always result only in two experiences, Sukha and duhkha. So the actual equalness of vision, it is not related to so many different objects. All of them are reflected in your very self and they produce only Sukha and duhkha. So perceive everything as self-subsisting, self-born, selfize everything. And then, sukham va yadidva dukkham. And with regard to the experiences, sukha and dukkha, be even towards them. When you are able to achieve this kind of an evenness towards sukha and dukkha, that yogi paramo madaha. He is considered to be the exalted yogi, most dexterous, magnificent, superlatively so. What is this? The entire world of plurality is of no consequence at all. They individually, severally and collectively produce only sukha or dukkha. And in the sukha or dukkha, both I find it is my own inner presence that produces the sukha and produces the dukkha. The content in both is the same inner self. When a yogi is able to perceive in this manner, he is considered to be the best, he says. I started reading from a book called Samadhi Nirnaya. This book is written by my Gurudev Kshidish Chandra Dev. And these shlokas are taken from there. They are themselves quotations from other great texts of our land. So I have come up to what point? Mudito bhavaharsheshu dukheshu bhavadukhidah karunam kurudineshu bhavaviryeshu viryavan. This is the verse I read and stopped. I explained it also. Mudito bhavaharsheshu. When you are having a spiritual outlook, a spiritual vision, a spiritual insight, by having your diksha from a Sadguru and by doing sadhana, when that spirituality becomes more and more true of your life, then what will you do? You will always close your eyes and sit. Then sleeping is okay. Extend your sleep from 8 hours to 10 hours, 12 hours, 13 hours. No, we want to be an active life, an interactive life. In that life, we should not have the usual undulations, swinging, etc. As we are able to reach a state of stillness and absorption in meditation in the name of samadhi, in the same manner, you must be able to evenize your interactional impacts also. So he says, Mudito bhavaharsheshu. Be delightful whenever you see delightful situations or delightful contacts. Dukheshu bhavadukhidah. When it is the opposite, be miserable also. Be aggrieved. Karunam kurudineshu. Whenever you find people distressed, suffering from, have compassion for them. Bhavaviryeshu viryavan. When you see valorous and heroic people, you also become valorous and equal. This is the multi-splendid spiritual life when it reaches perfection. Nobekshade dukkha dasham Nobekshade dukkha dasham na sukhasham apekshade karyodaye naiti mudam karyanashe na khidyade. This is from Yogavasishta, upaśama Prakarana. Again from Samadhi Nirnaya. Nobekshade dukkha dasham. You don't look for and invite a state of miserableness. Don't look for it. Don't expect it. Don't invite it. Na sukhasham apekshade. At the same time, do not have a desire or an aspiration for happiness also, states of happiness. Karyodaye naiti mudam. When what you do succeeds, do not have any delight or undue delight at all. Karyanashe na khidyade. When your effort has failed, then do not have any affliction or torment. My dear souls, are you able to understand what I am saying? Our mind can be touched up, sublimated, reformed and refined. It can be enriched with enlightenment. Buddhi can handle the mind and bring about any extent of refinement, as a result of which it will understand, I am normally having moods and swinging. Everybody born is like that. We have inherited it. Now what are you going to administer to such a mind, that swinging mind? Administer to it moderation. Later sublimation. Later total evenness, equalness, equipoise. Don't look for unfortunate, miserable or aggrieving situations. Do not similarly aspire for any comfortable things also. When the efforts succeed, be quite all right. If they don't succeed, then also be all right. This is all part of the world, part of our life. When a proper effort is made and conditions are generally favorable, why should we have an adverse result? At the same time, you find suddenly cloudburst takes place and suddenly a village is gone. Is it within our hands? Certainly not. Do we produce rains? No. Thinking like this, can we abandon our life, all of us together? That is also not possible. So understand what are the vagaries of nature, what are the possibilities of the world. Just like you accept all seasons, the day and the night, the hot sun and the cool moon, you also accept everything. That sense of acceptance. Another watchword is moderation. So far as the mind is concerned, it is always a progressive sublimational note. Atmatattvam na janadi suptau yadi tada tvaya atmadhireva vidyedi vachyam na dvaida vismritihi. This is from Pañcadaśī. See, we are discussing Atma Samyama Yoga or Dhyana Yoga of Bhagavad Gita, the 6th chapter. So there is a lot of emphasis for meditation. But meditation is only a means, not an end. Meditation itself attains fruition when it reaches that samadhi stage, where the mind becomes still and absorbed in its own essence. Is such an absorption possible? Yes. Every day in sleep, which is inevitable before you wake up. You wake up only from sleep. And from wakefulness, we go to sleep. There is nobody in this world who wakes up except from sleep, and who keeps wakefulness without going into sleep. Before and after wakefulness is sleep. Wakefulness arises from sleep and it is dissolving into sleep. In sleep, you are not conscious of the body, mind, intelligence, ego, and even the world. When nothing is there in sleep for you, even then, the I in you does not sleep. It wakes up to say, I slept. So in the I, there is no world at all. Worldliness is not there at all. At the same time, are you able to know the I? I slept. Sleep is an intransitive verb. There was no object implied in sleep. So I was sleeping. So I am the sleeper. By saying this, do you ever know the I? The sleeping I? No. At the same time, you have no botheration. You don't require food and drink during sleep. If you can sleep for 36 hours, you will never need anything at all. Does it mean that you have attained the goal that you are looking for spiritually? So he is asking, Atma tattvam na janadi suptau yadi tada tvaya. You don't understand the self by sleeping. So a mere stillness and absorption is not sufficient. You have to deliberate upon what happened to me in samadhi. The entire mento-intellectual processes subsided, and everything went into the source, and that source you have experienced. Now, in the light of your experience, you have to understand it and make it functional in your life. Functional in the wakeful state. Atmadhira eva vidyedi. In sushupti, in sleep, if one does not know about the self, then what is knowledge? Knowledge is the understanding by intelligence of the I in you. You have heard from me, our body is inert. Senses also are inert. They are animated by the inner presence. So you are not the body. You are the animating presence. That presence is subtler than the Panchabhutas. Body is Panchabhuti. So how much subtle it is? It is so subtle that it is all pervading. All this I am explaining to you in words and you are hearing. To some extent you also understand. But is that sufficient? If you hear it once, does it make sense to you? And can you honestly say, yes, I have understood the self, Swamiji. I am the self. I am the self. Can you say? Suppose you say, yes, I can understand, and I say. Then my next proposition will be, if you are the self, be the self. You are not born. You will not die. You are blissful. So you don't seek any joy. And you don't complain about any misery. Because you are the self. So the question becomes different. You are not able to do all this. So it requires something other than meditation and samadhi also to know about this. It is a vidya, it is a knowledge. Mere dvaita vismritihi, the forgetfulness of duality, forgetfulness of plurality, as it happens in sleep and jada samadhi, that is not wisdom. Wisdom is belonging to the intelligence. And the intelligence must be able to reason it out properly. Vichara sadhana should be done. Until at last you feel that I am the self, come what may. In Sukha I am the self, in duhkha I am the self, in sleep I am the self, in wakefulness I am the self, in dream also I am the self. I am in everything. There is nothing without me and besides me. Everything is in me. As I am in my body, I am in all bodies. I am in the Panchabhutas and the Panchabhautik creation also. I don't know whether you are with me. See, the inner presence is completely present in our Panchabhautik body. The universe also is equally Panchabhautik. Even the Panchabhautik body, the self is present. By the same token, is it not present in the whole Panchabhutas? Yes is the answer. But does this answer become true of you? And can you say, I am universal in my magnitude? I don't think anybody will be able to say that. But it can be said, it can be felt, it can be realized. That is the pinnacle of self-realization. Let us go ahead. Spadika pratibimbena yatha nayadiranjanam tajnaha karma phalenantaha tatha nayadiranjanam. Oh. Mostly these are things which I have said sometime or the other. Spadigaha pratibimbena. Take a crystal and the crystal reflects. It can reflect any color and colorful object. By the such reflection, yatha nayati ranjanam, by reflecting a blue color, does the crystal become blue? Not at all. Tajnaha. My dear listeners, listen to. In the same manner, the man of knowledge, karma phalenamtaha tatha nayadi ranjana. By undergoing any kind of a fruit of actions, by undergoing the various results of actions, which are the results? Sukha and duhkha. With no action also, when the senses contact the sense objects, you will have sukha dukhas. With great and other actions also, you will have the same sukha dukhas. They will neither increase nor decrease. Sukha dukhas are the only two resultants which the entire varietal world can create and cause in you. So by the karma phalas, tatha naya adiranjana, he is not colored by any result of any action whatsoever. Even now you think, you have the body, the annamaya kosha, then pranamaya kosha, prana, then mind, manomaya kosha, then vijnana, anandamaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, anandamaya kosha. 5 sheets are there. The I is beyond these 5. In that level or plane, no action ever emerges and no result ever befalls. So you have to deliberately feel and say, I am untainted, I am uncolored, I am unaffected. I may have depression, but I am not depressed. I may be super happy, but I am not happy. My body was born, I was not. My body will grow, decline and die, but I shall not. What is this? A very clear understanding that the I is different from the body. Vakshyami lakshanam kim te svabhavata vilakshanaha bhavati tasya ko bhavaha kim alakshmasya lakshanam. This is a verse from Shanti Gita, quoted in Samadhi Nirnaya. Vakshyami lakshanam kim te svabhavata vilakshanaha. What shall I tell you about you, the self, the I, which has no characteristics of its own at all? By nature, it is different from the body, it is different from the world, it is different from sensory objects, it is different from the body, from the mind, from the intelligence, from the ego. So it is different from everything. Being so, what can I say about it? Bhavatitasya ko bhavaha. That which is above the mind and mental reactions and responses. How can I describe it with the mind? Kim alakshmasya lakshanam. Can you describe me what space is? Does it have a color, odor? Is it thick? Is it thin? About the space, what can you say? And all the 4 elements, namely fire, water, air and earth, they have come from space. All of them have different properties. But the source space has no property at all. This is what you understand when you think seriously relating the cause and effect theory line, sequence. Lokesha chaitanyamaya deva Shrikanta Vishno Bhavadajnayaiva Pradasamuthaya Tavapriyartham Samsarayatram Anuvartayishye. This is a wonderful shloka, soaked in devotion, devotional surrender, attunement and oneness. It says, my life in this world, I am leading in this manner. Lokesha Chaitanyamaya Adideva Shrikanta Vishnu. All these are epithets of Lord Hari Mahavishnu, the controller of the world, who is nothing but sentience all around, all in him. Adideva, the first, the premier of all gods. Shrikanta, the consort of Goddess Lakshmi. Vishnu, present everywhere. Bhavadajnayaiva, by virtue of your command alone, pradasamuthaya, I get up in the morning. Tava priyartham, in order to please you. Samsara yatram anuvartayishye. This worldly voyage I follow. After getting up for about 16 hours of the day, what do? You remain wakeful and you do actions and interactions. Why? Because we have a body, we have 5 senses, organs of knowledge, another 5 senses, organs for activity. All these are provided to us in our personality. And we are employing them respectively. In so doing, do I have any credit or discredit? Certainly not. Suppose I am lame, my gait will be affected. As long as I am normal, I will walk normal. These are all provided by nature. So, my dear Lord, it is by virtue of your command that the whole universal display has come into expression. I am one amongst them and I interact with them. Only according to the command of yours, all the systems and procedures in the world are instituted by you. The rising of the sun, setting of the sun, the rising of the moon, waxing and waning of the moon, the ebb and tide in the sea, the earth constantly revolving on its own axis as well as around the sun, bringing the day, week, fortnight, month, year, and further extensions. Everything is moving. So I am also following it. Don't think that it is for my sake. Suppose I have a certain goal. Even that goal is introduced into my heart, my mind and heart by you. This body is yours, mind is yours, intelligence is your creation, ego also is your creation. Nothing is there created by me. I subsist on air. This air is not presented or gifted by my grandfather or his father. 1 minute I cannot live without air. Lungs, nostrils, these are also evolved by you in the mother's womb. So what is there belonging to me? Nothing. I myself belong to you. And all the things which I have naturally belong to you. Everything is yours, your command, your wish, your arrangement, your system, your procedure, your sequences, your cause, your effects. Samsara yatram anuvartayishye. So am I living or I am following the sequence that you have provided? Now this kind of an attitude if you have, this is as good as supreme spiritual wisdom. There it is a question of realizing the self. Here the question is accepting the supremacy of God and then taking away the ego, taking away likes and dislikes, finding a supreme note of harmony, saying that I am living in this world harmonious with the will and wish of Providence. Now we go to the next shloka. Kama, no. At this point, when I am discussing this, Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyadi Arjuna sukham va yadi va dukkham sayogi paramomadaha. The supreme yogi is described as the one who has a deep sense of, unfailing sense of equipoise, evenness and equalness towards sukha and dukkha. He finds everything to be an extension and display of the self. I get up, I begin to see, I begin to interact. Tell me, what is the source of interaction? What is the source of wakefulness? If the source of wakefulness is sleep, the world which is a product of wakefulness, its source also is equally the sleep. Just see. Even in the 5th chapter, I am bringing some parallel verses so that you can understand the subject with greater depth and unshakability. Kama krodha viyuktanam yadinam yadachetasam abhido brahmanirvanam vartade viditatmanam. This is 5th chapter, 26th verse. What does Krishna say there? What did he say? Kama krodha viyuktanam yadinam yatachetasam. Kama krodha viyuktanam yadinam yatachetasam. Only two forces are there for you to be evenized. Kama and krodha. Either call it passion and prejudice, desire and hatred. Yadinam yatachetasam. People who have taken to ascetic life and who have taken to mind restraint and mind sublimation. Abhito brahmanirvanam vartade viditatmanam. They realize the self. Through this, what? Kama krodha sublimation. Kama and krodha are urges springing from the mind. When they are sublimated, that sublimation results in that selfness. They understand the self in its proper light. For such people, mark my words, abhido brahmanirvanam vartade vidita atmanam. Wherever they go, Brahma Nirvana encircles them. They don't have to sit, meditate and attain samadhi. Wherever they go, whatever they do, this redemption arising from Brahman, that will be encircling them. See what a state is this. Ragadvesha viyuktaistu pishayan indriya isharan Atmavashyair vidheyatma prasadam adhigacchati. Do you know why I spend so much time in explaining this? I want to make you understand. If not for your sake, for the sake of your descendants, and to give a note of fulfillment to your forefathers, I want you to understand that spirituality is not inaction. Spirituality does not call for prolonged meditation and stillness and absorption. It is an interactional, sublimational enrichment. It is an enlightenment that works here. Whatever inner comfort and contentment you have, by doing meditation and getting into a state of absorption, that inner contentment, it becomes interactional and universal in its dimension and quality. An expansion takes place. It becomes very extensive to permeate and pervade all that you do. Ragadvesha viyukta istu vishayan indriyaischaran. Sublimate your raga and dvesha, desire and hatred. With desire, hatred, sublimation, you live in this world, interacting with persons, places and events. What did I say? Persons, places and events. These are the three factors you have to interact with. Whether it is inside the house, in your office or in the wide society, it's all persons. Then different environments or places or circumstances and different events. So your interaction is with persons, places and events. When the ragadvesha element stands sublimated, atmavashyair vidheyatma prasadam adhigacchati. You attain placidity of your mind, serenity of your mind. You attain a beautiful, brilliant note of harmony with everything, including disharmony. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyo vajayade prasanna chetaso hyashu buddhi paryavatishthade. This is again from 2nd chapter, 65th verse. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyo vajayade. When you attain that prasada, placidity of the mind, all torments and afflictions find their dissolution. All of them are dissolved. The source is the mind. Source is not external objects and causes. The source is the mind. When the mind becomes placid, prasanna chetas, buddhi paryavatishthade, your intelligence becomes firmly established in the whole universe, understanding that it is an extension from the self. Brahman is an extension from the self. Iha ivatayirjidas sargo yesham Saamya sthidam manah nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmat brahmani te sthita. This is also a very important verse. Those people have won over this world, won over worldliness as a whole. Yesham Saamya sthidam manah, whose mind is well established in Saamya, equalness, evenness, equipoise. That wonderful note of inner sublimity. Nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmat brahmani te sthidah. When the mind is established in Brahman, in Saamya, in equalness, understand that Brahman also is samatva. Brahman is an equal presence in everything. In the movable and the immovable. In the living and in the insentient. Everywhere it is equally present. So that evenness becomes a characteristic of Brahman. Therefore, when your mind is established in Brahman, mind is established in evenness, it is equally established in Brahman. I wanted to recite these verses to link them up so that you can understand how important is this Saamya or Samatva. Now I have to ask you a question. What is that? All that I have said, does anything relate to your body and senses? Or all these are relating to your mind and intelligence? That is why I say spirituality is a mental, intellectual pursuit. For what? To reform, refine, enrich, elevate, expand, and sublimate the mind and the intelligence. There is a poem written by Shankaracharya. It is Svātmaprakāśikā. Chideva dehastu chideva lokaha chideva bhutani chidindriyani karta chidantahkaranam chideva chideva satyam paramatma rupam. Initially we start differentiating between the body and the self. Body is inert, it is gross, it is insentient. Soul is not so, it is sentience, etc., etc., etc. Shall I say the further part? Are you ready? Will you be discreet enough to understand what I say? When I see all of you are living. When I see a living individual, what I see is his body. But when I see a living individual, the sight of his body gives me the impression of livingness or non-livingness. See, I look at living people, what I see is their body. But what I understand is they are living. That livingness, is it a property of the body or property of the self? Am I clear? If they were not living, I would have been seeing the dead bodies lying on the floor. They are erect. They blink their eyes. I find they are erect. So though I am looking at the body, the comprehension I have is that they are living. That livingness belongs to the self. So tell me now, Chideva dehastu, this body is also Chit, consciousness. It is animated by it. Chideva lokaha, similarly all the world, it is all animated by the same self. Chideva bhutani chidindriyani. The Pañcabhutas are the Chit. When I see them, that I, it is the Chit consciousness. So all my seeing is also an expression of consciousness. Chidindriyani, the senses also. Karta chidantahkarana chideva. The doer is the Chit. Antahkarana, The inner equipment is the Chit. Chideva Satyam Paramatma Rupam. There is only one presence. That is consciousness, sentience. And everything is its display. Its display. I see this pen. See, when I refer to this pen, it is a pen which I see. So am I referring to the pen or am I referring to my perception of the pen? This pen has no existence other than in my perception. My perception. My perception. Where is that perception? It is in me. I am flowing in it. So where is that absence of consciousness? The Chit alone is. That is the ultimate realization that the seeker and the knower should have. That is why Mundakopanishad declares, all of you should know this, Brahmai Vedam Amritam Purastad Brahma Paschad Brahma Dakshinataschotarena Adhaschordhvam cha prasradam Brahmai Vedam Vishwamidam Varishtam. We are initially taught about Brahman, about Atma. It is within you, within you. Therefore you should close your eyes, remain absorbed. All the thoughts should vanish. Kush, push, kush, push. Don't think that is the end of it. That is a very small beginning. Unless you sit in a place, close your eyes and observe within, you will never have an understanding of your mind at all. Right from the beginning we were born, we were outward. Our vision was outward. The body of the child touched the ground. The touch sensation, maybe then taste sensation, then sound sensation, gradually sight, taste in between. Touch and taste first. Right from that point, we are all outward, outward, outward. This being our nature, unless you sit in a place, close your eyes and try to observe within your body, how are you going to become spiritual? So meditation is very, very important. But meditation is not the end of everything. That is what I want you to understand. Brahmai Vedam Amritam Purastad Brahma. In front is Brahman. Purastad Brahma. Paschad Brahma. Behind is the same Brahman. Dakshinataschotarena. On the right as well as the left. Adhaschordhvam. Below as well as above. Cha prasradam. Permeating everywhere. Brahmai Vedam Vishwamidam Varishtam. The whole universe which you perceive is nothing but Brahman. Brahmai Vedam Amritam Purastad Brahma Paschad Brahma Dakshinataschotarena Adhaschordhvam cha prasradam Brahmai Vedam Vishwamidam Varishtam. My dear children, you have to be exposed to these verses. Read them. Try to understand them. Recite them repeatedly. That will revolutionize your inner personality. All your problems will be vaporizing, vaporizing, vaporizing. Mind is the seat and source of all experiences. It is this mind that you have to touch. And sitting in a place, closing the eyes, and getting into your own within, inside the body, this cannot be avoided. Okay, let me stop. Samvedya varjitamanuttamamegamadyam samvidpadam vigalanam kalayan mahatman hridyeva tishtha kalanarahita kriyam tu kurvan akartrapadamethya samodidashri kurvan akartrapadamethya samodidashri. Hari 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 Om Tats. Jai Guru, Jai Guru. We shall have a conclusional Omkara, but once. Take your mudra for it and join me. Hari Om Tats. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru.